Okay. Taquito man cometh. Taquito man cometh. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. I'm just gonna need like a second to like mentally prepare for Taquito man. Okay. I don't know if I'm actually even gonna use this bingo card because like what's the point? Because I don't think that there's gonna be any financial talk. Okay, it's an hour 20.
You're coming to hate it.
Taquito
The
man.
reason we're using a temporary city here and the reason you got a pat down and stuff like that is because we've received almost 40 emails.
Hello.
And we've received many death threats from you over the course of nights.
I was angry at you. Are you terrified?
Yes,
You're very frightened.
Yeah.
You're a little.
Okay.
You're afraid of me.
You said one of the only conditions to film with me again was to literally hit me.
Oh yeah, I wanted to slap you in the face.
What
Yes.
the hell?
Put that in the thumbnail.
What the heck? I think it kind of did.
Open-minded. We have no idea what is going to come of this.
Down here, Brent.
The man just arrived.
Good morning.
Don't have any weapons in the room. The man of the hour.
I'm so happy. I just freaking pat him down. Look at this. Oh my god.
The golden boy.
Oh my god.
I like that promo I saw in the Insta.
So if you didn't know that they had to do this in a neutral space because they were afraid that he'd know where they are.
Yeah, you're Dirty Money? Dirty Money Part 2, yes sir.
Oh, how fancy.
Welcome back.
Oh my gosh.
Now, you'll notice a couple things off the bat here.
I guess we're gonna try to do the bingo card, even though I don't think it's gonna happen. Just because I doubt that they'll talk about financials, but a crazy thumbnail / title that happened. So was fired. Buy now, pay later. Caleb calls himself fat. Yeah, just in time. You know what? I might just restart this. Yeah, no. They literally sent. I think it literally is WeWork because they needed a neutral place to film this because they were afraid that he'd like stalk them because he's been sending them like threatening emails. Okay, let's see. We'll see if any of this is gonna be on here, but we got was fired, buy now, pay later. Caleb calls himself fat, never learned about finances, taking money from family or friends, mental health mentioned, late fee, smoke shop or alcohol spending, hair dye, nails, piercing tattoos, building back debt after consolidation, DoorDash, car wash, basically no retirement, payday loan, balance is close to or above the limit, rates their score way too high, sweet treats / taquitos. Yes, we got taquitos on this bingo card. Yes! Being adult, over 6% car loan, S&P 500. It's not that bad. Student loan for degree they don't use. Spending more on a credit card with a balance. An obvious sponsor plug. He's getting a percentage of the taquito merch, you know? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because it has like the Snapchat look with just his face. Or at least for some of with one of the merch things. So I wouldn't be surprised because of like likeness. Which I kind of wouldn't want to support that because I don't really want to give this guy money. Let me restart here. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised if he's getting a cut of it because if you look at his store stuff, oh well, I've seen it recently and I haven't like seen the taquito stuff.
You're coming to hate it.
Yeah.
The reason we're using a temporary studio here and the reason you got a pat down and stuff like that is because we've received almost 40 emails and we've received many death threats from you over the course of
Death
night.
I was angry at you. Are you
Oh my gosh.
You're very frightened. You're a little.
Okay.
You're afraid of me.
You said one of the only conditions to film with
Bro,
me again was to
threatened
literally
him
hit
with
me.
death.
Oh yeah, I wanted to slap you in the face.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Put that in the thumbnail.
Oh, before I forget, like
cold, open-minded.
and subscribe and follow on Twitch.
Down here, Brent.
The man just arrived.
This freaking Smash
Don't have
Bros.
any weapons in the room. The man of the hour.
I mean, he has a belt. You can use that as a weapon if you try.
There's the boy, the golden boy.
Oh my gosh.
I like that promo I saw in the Insta. Yeah?
Gotta plug the merch.
Dirty Money? Dirty Money Part 2, yes sir.
Oh, how fancy.
Welcome back. Now, you'll notice a couple things off the bat here.
What's that?
We're filming in a random place.
Yeah, so he won't track you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Random place.
Random
Okay.
place.
Yeah.
Hold this to your face.
All right.
Pull it on in.
All right.
Why do you think we're filming in a random place, Mr. Brent?
Right. Well,
I mistakenly called you Brent last
because
time.
you called me names to millions of people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bro, you
And then you said you thought
he
that I was
just called
gonna
you a baby because you were acting immature. That's like totally reasonable.
hit you, which is crazy. And then all your fans thought I was a violent person.
Well,
And then I started getting hate mail.
Bro, people think that you're a violent person because you also threatened to eat the governor's heart. It's because you keep on like violently threatening people is why people think you're violent.
And getting attacked.
that sucks.
I know,
hate
absolutely.
That. I would never
They even
want
called
anyone
my
to get bad.
parents, you know?
How'd they get
Absolutely
that?
insane. I don't know. It's like doxing.
It's-
People have methods.
It's the internet. Of course they figured it out. And bro, your alias was you called yourself Brent Davy when your last name's Crockett. And also they didn't like blur that out in the video. So
That's why we try to use fake
it
names
sucks.
today. Yeah. But the reason we're
Yeah.
using a temporary studio here and the reason you got a pat down and stuff like that is because we've received sometimes on just random evenings almost 40 emails from you
Oh, yeah.
over
I'm
the
angry.
course of nights.
I was angry at you.
in one evening, 40 emails? Holy shit!
Yeah, but we're
Absolutely.
talking the course over like a year and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Totally. And I'm getting emails from your fans
yeah.
all the time.
I mean, I would feel justified. I mean, he called his parents about him paying for OnlyFans with their money. Don't forget, it wasn't just OnlyFans. He was also like constantly gambling with the lottery. Like the lottery was like every other day,
Which is obviously that's
and he also was going to bars with it.
unacceptable.
Absolutely.
You
and part of it's your attitude, man. You
Yeah.
act like a know-it-all, and this is the
Yeah.
whole gambit of your show.
okay.
You don't even have a business degree.
Oh, okay.
You're just
Okay.
chewing people out for buying taquitos.
Are we talking about business
So-
on the show?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
How?
okay.
Everything that I've ever done is business.
So, okay, business degree
Yes.
to learn how to
What was the business model of threatening the governor?
not
Yeah.
spend money you don't have.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You think he's an 18-year-old? I don't think he's an 18-year-old. I think he's like a disruptive like 9-year-old.
Yeah.
So we were we
Look
were
at the faces.
afraid
He's doing faces.
for
Okay, you're afraid of what?
okay, you're coming in heated.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I got a smile on
The pirate's coming for you, Caleb. Run away.
my face, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
People have
your
wanted to
attitude.
see. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm trying to come in joyful and lovely
Oh,
and
yeah.
happy. Now, but I just wanted to bring
How
up the
lovely.
reason that we were
Okay, tell me.
legitimately concerned because you
Because
said
he's
one of
done
the
this
only
before?
conditions to film with me again was to literally hit me.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to
Oi.
slap you in the face. I was pitching you on a boxing match, if you remember
Yeah.
last year. I was
Why?
in better
Yeah.
health then. People
you
would have
doing-
loved to see it.
Your health is deteriorating?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry to
What?
hear
What
that.
is
I've been
it?
homeless for 6 months.
I'm really sorry.
On
to hear that.
Oh,
Kind of.
did mommy and daddy finally cut you off? Huh. I'm sorry I'm not sympathetic, I guess, but seriously, this dude, there's something about this dude. With the emotional maturity of a 6-year-old, yeah. I meant on spending parents' cash on gambling, girls, and crap. Yeah, no, he's spending it like he just became an adult, I guess, and just like spending it on like all the things that you shouldn't. I'm worried this guy only came back on the show to extend his 15 minutes of fame. That's what he did. There's like no other reason for him to come back. He's not going to change.
You know,
Tour.
a little bit. I
Okay.
approached it like a tour. But to
Are
be
you
honest,
touring every podcast and telling them that their show is horrible?
This is where I'd talk about what I liked in my first box if I hadn't already been using them since the beginning of the
I'm teasing you. But we were afraid that you might. We didn't want to give you our
Don't poke
studio
the bear,
location because
Caleb.
we were afraid you might show up there. I was afraid that because I filmed with you in my condo beforehand, that you might show up
Yeah,
again.
no, definitely
based on
cloud
the emails
chasing.
you sent.
Well, that's your fear, man.
Well, yes, it was
Yeah,
my
that's
fear.
your fear.
And that's why there's a security guard right
That's your
there.
fear.
That seems
I
justified,
know.
to be honest.
So I'm doing
Wow,
this for the
incredible.
audience. I'm doing this for the audience because they wanted to see it.
Incredible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because I wanted to have you back on again, and I just wanted to
Yeah,
see.
I want to read those emails so bad. Someone at the Caleb office, please leak those. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. But yeah, I mean, Caleb, you're not only doing this for the audience, you're doing this for your views. But fair enough.
You where you are, regardless of what you think about me, regardless of what
I don't
some
blame you
people
though.
might think about
I'd
the
love
show.
to see. I
I
love seeing
genuinely
this.
do want you to have a better life. You are a person that exists on this planet.
Oh yeah.
You-
You're not telling me anything I don't already know, man. I had to fight for my own rights in this state.
I feel bad for wanting to see this poor Caleb. Well, come on, Caleb's gonna make a bag on this. He's fine. He's got the security guard. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
I want you to actually do better, regardless of what
Okay,
my
Well,
methods.
thank you. Well, stop calling me a violent criminal and a threat to you. When I was pitching you
Bro.
on a boxing match, now you're smearing me before your
It's-
fans. You're doing the same thing
No.
all over again.
No.
No.
It's called Caleb Hammer is the savior, and his guest is the villain. And you're gonna put it in a thumbnail, and you're gonna.
Oh my
probably-
gosh.
Here, put it in a thumbnail. Put a little graphic axe in my hand right here. Oh, make me look like Jack Nicholson. Man.
Oh, you totally should have done that.
You know,
It's
we're allowing you
insane.
to present your.
You know what? I'm gonna go and screenshot that whenever I make the VOD. I'm totally gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Caleb's not doing that right now. Let me show you what the thumbnail looks like because I think you guys didn't get to see that. But it's pretty boring for a Caleb thumbnail right now. So we need to add that.
yourself however you
It's
want
insane.
to.
It's insane. You told me
Like you,
at the last one.
You just
Yeah.
You told me, okay, give us
Or
your best
Brinty,
baby
I guess.
face. And I'm
Yeah.
playing it up thinking this is reality television. We're doing a bit.
Oh my
you're
gosh.
doing a bit right now.
You're the same as freaking Zeke. So Zeke's the guy who like said that Caleb did like bad things to him, and the audience was totally unjustified in calling him out because he was just doing a bit, guys. He was just doing a bit. And even though every single time that he appears on screen he acts the same, this guy's exactly the same. Yeah, Zeke is 19, but Zeke also made like serious accusations because he was trying to get his. I don't like Zeke either because he's. I don't know.
Our audience is not in on the bit.
All I care is about you and your finances. We put out the
Bro.
call to everyone and anyone and everyone from any walks of life. We want to be
Is
on
this
this
who
show.
I really am?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
guess so.
I think it is because we
Yeah.
receive
And
40
are you
emails from
scared?
you a night.
Are you
Yes.
terrified?
Yes,
Yes.
we were
Right.
scared. We were scared.
You little pussy.
Okay, sure.
You're a little pussy.
I'd be
Okay.
You're
scared.
afraid of me.
Sure.
Incredible.
Yes.
Caleb
Yes.
Hammer the pussy. Put that in a thumbnail.
Even if you're like a small dude, have you seen like what a small dude can do when he's like hyped up? That's scary.
Yeah.
Put a little pussy hat on you.
No,
Put a
please.
little pink knit, you know?
Oh,
Please,
okay,
everyone
that
wants
type
to
of
see my
hat.
pussy. We already know that. Like we
Oh,
don't
no.
need to. We don't need to
All
start
right.
talking.
19 years old, terrible. It's normal. I think 30-year-old Zeke will be better. Hopefully Zeke like gets better. But based on his attitude, I wouldn't be surprised if he just keeps on being him.
About multiple parts. So the thing is, the reason I just wanted to bring that, I want to get into your finances. I want to see where you've been. But the reason I wanted to bring that up was just to show you how we thought about this experience and why
Well, I think
you were
you're a
here.
pussy if you think that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. No, I'm okay with that. You know?
He's just gonna
I
say
walked
that
out
the
of your
whole episode, isn't he?
Apartment just fine. We talked about something really briefly. You
Yes.
were barefoot. You were nothing. I'm your actually most
Huh?
watched video. See? Look
No,
at
he's
you.
not.
See?
No, the Hat Girl is more watched than you. I think Hat Girl and Boogie. I mean, sorry, I keep on like going to the side here, but I just want to show that he's a liar. There we go. Actually, no, it's not Boogie. It's Caleb Hammer like calling out himself, and then Hat Girl. They're both more popular than you.
Just living life, man.
Okay.
I'm a flip-flop, flip-flop.
we shook
You were in my
hands.
house. Yes, I
Yeah,
didn't
we
wear
shook
shoes
hands.
in my
Yeah.
house.
That's fair.
That's
Like a normal
unique.
person.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wasn't in my house.
I know.
You are a dick. You are an actual dick.
I appreciate it.
Says the dick.
Okay. So,
I know you are, but what am I?
Okay. So,
do you want to have the podcast?
do you want to have the podcast?
Oh my gosh. I keep on pausing and all this
This is
stuff, and
interesting.
it's only
interesting,
been
you
like
guys.
7 minutes. This video is going to be forever.
So yeah, I just wanted to let you know how we felt from
that's how
last
you
time.
feel. All right.
Yeah.
Bunch of pussies.
Yeah, that we
Oh,
were
boy.
actually afraid for our lives because you sent 40
fair.
emails and we've received many
Incredible.
death threats and
Oh,
for
me, no.
we don't want you.
Yes, you
not for me.
have.
But you got
Show it.
arrested for threatening to kill the
Show the
governor,
receipts.
No, I
governor
did
of
not.
Texas. Yes, you
No,
did.
I did not.
Yes, you
I
did.
said I would eat his
Misdemeanor.
heart.
Yeah,
And
you
it-
usually have to
That
kill
is-
someone to eat their heart.
Yes. Yes.
It's a metaphor. We already went through this.
This is not a
metaphor for what?
metaphor.
It's a play on eat your heart out. Are you
That
that
is-
retarded?
I don't
No
think you
one
can
got
use
that.
in 2024.
Well, I can use it for you. I'll make an exception. I don't call actual learning disabled people retarded, but I'll use it on
I
you.
only call my friends retarded when they're acting retarded.
Right,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's the Michael Scott line.
Yeah.
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 So.
Yeah, pretty much. And retarded dickheads. I reserve it for retarded dickheads who aren't my friend because you're
Pussy
not.
or dick? We can't figure out which gender I am, but I'm one of those.
Well, whatever.
You having fun so far? Because I want to get into your finances because that's what I actually care about.
Okay, do you?
You want to talk into your mic if you want to participate here?
I don't know. I might talk wherever I want.
Oh boy.
Are you so? Why are you?
adjust the sound.
Legitimately, why are you so defensive? Like so.
Because that's his personality, I
I'm
guess.
on the defensive because you're on the offensive. What do you want me to do?
He's not
have
doing
I
anything.
said anything this
You just
episode?
accused me of like wanting to.
Dude, I
freaking
said
kill
we
you
were
or
scared.
something.
I said we were scared
were
based on your
scared?
actions.
Caleb is just sitting there menacingly, I guess, because he's like freaking out.
Oh my god! I was pitching you on a boxing match
Buddy,
because it was
40
so
emails
intense.
a night from
Yeah.
you.
You know how many emails I get from your stupid ass fans?
Oh my gosh.
No, and
Yeah.
guess what? You shout out your You shout out your email in the last episode, and
Yeah.
we bleeped it. But even
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah, because people are nuts.
you begged people to reach out to you.
Yeah, because
Yes.
you were
shouldn't.
hammering me over $2 taquitos.
because
Oh my gosh.
because
He's
and
learned nothing. He still doesn't get why the taquitos are bad.
here's the recap: your family was
'Cause
paying
you're
for your
wasting
rent.
money.
You refused to get a job because
That's
you weren't
not
willing to do
yours.
it because
Refused
you're
to
a
get job.
child
You are
in your
actually
40s.
lying.
But you were
lying
offered a
and
job at
smearing me right now.
you were offered a job at
You are
Whataburger
lying
and you
and
said no.
smearing me right now.
You're offered.
I was
Oh my
interviewing for
gosh.
another job at the time, and you know what? I don't even think I could
Oh
last
my
in that job. You
gosh.
know why? Because I can't stand for 8 hours,
Okay.
Okay.
and I did not admit that because I don't like to admit it.
Well, it's a helpful part
Okay.
when we're having a conversation about
Well,
getting
Oh
a
my
job.
gosh.
Okay, but I don't.
You just got here. Did you miss much? So far they just had to hire security, and this guy just keeps on like sending like 40 emails a day to Caleb with death threats and stuff.
Like to admit it because it's hard.
Okay, why can't you stay
Oh,
for
and
8
he's
hours?
homeless now, and a pirate.
I have a stage 1 right now. At the time, it was a stage 2 pressure ulcer on my heel. Chronic
Pressure
stage
ulcer.
pressure.
Okay.
Chronic.
What's the treatment for that?
I'm sorry?
What's the treatment for that?
There is really nothing. I mean, staying off your feet, basically.
Yeah.
I don't.
Dick.
Oh, all right.
God.
Yeah, throw it
See,
in.
you just automatically assume that, and this is the problem with your show.
Oh,
You
sure.
assume that everyone that doesn't have money, it's their damn fault.
That's not true at all.
That's what you assume going in on every interview.
That's not true. I like to base it off of the answers that I get from you.
Yeah.
MS-13 gang member here illegally, robbed a pregnant woman, then released, then
Parents, you probably know this already, but your kids depend on you for everything. That's an enormous responsibility. It's also up to you to plan for their future in case anything should happen. Thanks to Fabric for sponsoring this video.
But the premise of your show is to humiliate people who don't have much money. That is the
Not
premise.
necessarily.
feel that
And at
way.
the same time, you are telling people to practice absurd austerity measures as though that they're going to save their way into a middle-class existence, while
You
inflation
can.
is 5 years over the last 5 year 5%. Aggregate inflation. There's no way to do it.
Yes, there
You think
is.
5% is what's going to
Aggregate
take you
inflation
from
over the last.
homelessness to middle class? 5%.
There is
That's
no
what's doing it.
way. When living expenses are what they are right now, there is no way to do it.
But even throughout the
Bro.
American
No
history,
way.
when it comes to the strongest period of the middle class in the United States, inflation during the
Inflation is a
beginning of the
killer.
Reagan administration was higher than it was at the peak a couple years ago. So that's just a horrible excuse. Yes, legitimately.
It was 7% in 2000.
Yeah, exactly. You can't save your way to be a billionaire, but middle class is definitely achievable. Definitely. Like, let's just get into this.
2000.
But it was getting close to 90.
He's humiliated people with a lot of money. Too. Poor Grant lost subs because he said Caleb pays too much. Oh yeah. I don't like that guy. What's his name? He does like the iced coffee hour. Because he's promoted like scams too, but because Caleb actually like pays his employees properly, and the dude was like, "Oh, you should pay them $0 and just pay them in exposure," and Caleb's like, "What?" That was fun.
Percent.
Yeah,
It was higher.
It was higher in 2022.
Yes.
It was nuts.
It's at 3% now.
2% now.
Well, it depends on the report that you look at. Sure.
Aggregate over the last 5 years, 5%.
So I don't think that people that don't.
It's bad. It's terrible.
I don't think that people that don't have money. It's necessarily. I don't go in assuming it is their fault. I assume things based.
Horns on people and thumbnails, dude.
Yeah.
You are a shock jock. You're not an economist. You're not even a financial advisor.
Financial
He never
advisor.
claimed
You're
to
a
be.
failed musician that's just picking on people that are having trouble.
I was making more than my own professors when I dropped out of college on my own music compositions. I decided I just wanted to make more money by going into sales.
I made more in code than many of my professors while I was in college.
Yeah.
Did you?
You know?
Yeah, you're homeless right now, so I'm not really.
Well, thank you for
Get
reminding
him.
me.
Respecting
You don't have to
that.
Get
really
him.
remind me because you look at me and there's a homeless person. He's less than me.
No, that's not
do.
how I look
No?
at it. But
Because
when it
that's how
comes
you're using it.
when it comes
That's
to
your whole
when it
thing.
comes to your opinion
That's
of
your
making,
whole thing.
do not
He's
look
just calling
down
you
upon
out.
you as a homeless. Are you going to allow me to talk? Can I have at least just a couple minutes? I do not look down upon you as that. But when you are criticizing my career, which was relatively successful in music, especially for my age, and then you try to make it about how you've been so great, look at where you are now. That is hard to sit there and listen as you being the high
Yeah, he is
figure on
pointing
all
out
these things.
reality.
What do you
You
want me to do?
mentioned that I'm going to talk for a second. You mentioned that I can't have this conversation because I'm not a financial advisor. If you think someone needs to have a license to say, do not spend more money
Then you make?
then you know less about personal finances than a halfly educated
70%
individual.
of the
Yeah.
American population is in about $50,000 of consumer debt.
Oh, sure.
Do you want to know why? Because people are spending things that they can't afford. They're spending on things that they can't afford. I needed there's this great documentary thing on some of the improvements to credit cards that helped get people into so much more debt. Sure, it's their own fault to some degree, but they're using they're using human psychology. Gosh, but yeah, he has a lot of excuses, and it's just like
So you tell me that I'm a
okay.
freak? You're
No.
practicing austerity measures and then
So?
under that Dave Ramsey method. We already mentioned this,
I
right?
don't do
So?
his method necessarily. It depends. Snowball's
See,
great.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've already. I complimented you last time because I saw. your
Yeah, I don't agree with everything that Dave Ramsey says. Like in terms of the mortgage stuff, generally, I don't think that you need to pay off your mortgage as soon as he does.
format of the show.
Do
I
it again.
saw
It feels
what
so
you-
good.
Good. Well, I saw what you saw. Is that you saw an audience?
Mhm.
There are
Uh-huh.
reviews to be made.
Fair.
Tell me, why did you go? Look, honestly though,
Why did I start this
Why
show?
did you go into this?
Yeah.
Because you saw
Because
an
I
audience
almost
to
got
get?
because I almost got hired by a YouTuber. I wanted to work in YouTube.
Huh.
They didn't end up hiring me.
Uh-huh.
So just like the way I write music, I like to write
Wonder
music
which
that I
YouTuber.
want to hear, but I haven't heard yet. I wanted to make a show that I would like to watch that doesn't exist yet. So I
Fair.
started the show.
Did you think
Very
about it
fair.
with these thumbnails and Jerry Springer and all that kind of
Caleb Springer, please.
That
crap?
came
Caleb
later.
Springer. Okay. Well, whatever you want to be called.
Yes.
As long
No,
as you
at the
make your
time of
pussy.
filming your episode, what we did, usually
That was the most popular episode.
close,
Yeah.
number 3.
Oh, number
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Number
I-
3.
I only watched.
Don't
2
get too
before that.
excited.
But
So,
I saw you one time. You
are you going to allow me to
criticized-
defend anything
I
you've
don't
sent
know.
my way?
No. He
I
doesn't
saw
want you to
one
talk.
time really just like skewered, just flippantly, a guy who's getting his graduate degree, working at a nonprofit, bought a condo.
He's a nice guy.
Right? Absolutely. Totally
I wonder
nice
which
guy.
guy
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
And you're like, oh, that was stupid. And I'm like,
What was stupid?
Which
I'm gonna need a
thing?
little more context. So if I remember right, with his
it
episode,
doesn't make any sense.
no. With his episode, it's only allowed to increase in value at a rate that's under inflation. So he's not actually getting value added to his equity position in
Totally
the
fair
Austin
to
area, like you would
criticize
find
that.
with most properties. Plus, the condo that he got was a smaller, like 1 bed, 1 bath, so it's harder to resell as well.
Yeah, very true.
Because I'm looking.
1 second. The point system that credit cards use activates a reward system in your brain, and most people end up in more debt than the points are worth. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things that they did. They introduced 0%. They made minimum monthly payments like way lower. That way it takes forever to pay it off and lets interest accrue more. There's all different kinds of things that go into making credit cards as bad as they are. Like, it's fine if you pay them off immediately, but if you fall for the trap, it just brings you into debt so easily.
Looking
That's
at him
better than
as someone,
renting.
okay, you're gonna shut the for a second and let me actually answer a question that you ask.
It's better
Yeah.
than renting.
Not necessarily. Rent is actually cheaper in Austin. So
Yeah.
Oh.
it is mathematically. Listen, I know you play the world victim. Here's this. Every American's dealing with this. So because of this, I will never be able to get ahead. And because I lock myself in that worldview, I'm gonna be a crybaby
that's not
forever
what
and be
I
a
meant.
child
Fair
and never get
But
ahead.
you think
So,
like I'm a
here's the
hippy-dippy
thing.
liberal.
Here-
I should have just gone on Dr. Phil.
I
He
mean,
would've had you.
Oh no, he wouldn't have.
And he would have sent you to the ranch.
It would have been fun.
yes!
Dr.
Well,
Phil's actually.
I guess I'm not allowed to make fun of the ranch now because the ranch apparently has issues with towards children. But ranch jokes are fun.
funny, and I'm talking about the impersonator out of Austin.
Oh, yeah, Adam Ray.
Yeah,
He's cool.
Oh,
totally.
interesting.
Yeah,
You know
I've
he
never
likes
heard of
this
that.
show, right? The show you hate.
yeah. Well, that's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
Huh.
It doesn't really matter to me.
I wonder
Not
if he's met
everyone
him
likes
before,
the same
then.
stuff.
Okay.
We're not built in silos.
Yeah, you were hatched out of an egg or something. So.
Brent, dude, chromosomes. How many you got? Feels like too many. Give a few back. A lot of us are looking to balance out our chromosome intake.
Is he allowed to make that joke?
Okay. Let's see. All right. Whatever, man. Whatever. You can't.
Hey, come on. If you're allowed to throw a jab my way, I'm allowed to throw a cheeky little thing your way.
It doesn't really.
So I'm sorry that you felt upset about the thumbnail. At that time when we record, I'm gonna talk for a second. I'm gonna
Bro,
talk for
by
a
how
second.
you are
audience-
so upset. You can't get over being called a baby when you're acting like a baby. Actually, no, babies act better, and they have like the excuse that their brains aren't fully developed. What's your excuse, bro?
Can you calm the
it.
down for a moment and let me just talk?
Because I'm
Listen.
here too, dude.
If I ask you a
Oh
question,
my
I want you to answer.
gosh.
If you're gonna bring something up to me, allow me to answer it. Have
Please,
some kind
yeah.
of courtesy.
All right, what's your question or
Be a
whatever?
decent
whatever
No,
human.
you brought up the thumbnail thing.
Okay,
At
tell
the
us all
time,
about it. How wise and amazing it is.
it's not wise. I just wanted to tell you how we've
what a
approached the
wonderful
situation.
This brain is not fully developed, and I don't think it will ever be. Maybe.
Okay, so when we made the episode with you, it was just me. Brandon, were you here yet? Okay, so I just brought.
You see what I mean? I don't think this bingo card's gonna get filled out. There's like no point. Oh, but he did mention taquitos, so he did get taquitos.
on my first person. So at that time, it was young, scrappy. We were just having fun with the YouTube thing. And at that point, we're just like, hey, we're going to make a wild thumbnail. Let's take some pictures for it. And then that's what we did.
Yeah.
Now you'd be happy to know when everyone comes on the show, they are given this broad onboarding process. One, they're fans of the show who apply. Two, when they come on the show, they are sent onboarding videos, understanding the full process of what they're getting into, understanding what the thumbnails and titles are like. There are some warnings to consider before signing up for this process. A part of our brand is making pretty intense thumbnails.
Can we make a space for every time he blames someone else? I mean, is there a blames dead on someone else? Because I know I have that one. Do you want to we'll just say that one of these is? Because the thing is about the bingo card, it has a pool, so it'll just randomly pull stuff. So if I do put it here, it will. There's a chance that it won't come up. I was hoping living under a bridge would be on the bingo card. I can add that in post.
Thumbnails and titles. Here are some examples coming on screen right here. It's important to realize that they're pretty intense, and that's our brand. Though we never have negative intentions and we're just trying to create the best content possible, we want to make sure that you realize that this is a part of the process that you would be getting into. And then they come in person. They have an in-person onboarding session in our green room, which you'll never be welcome to because you'll probably kill us. And I'm doing a little cheeky cheek. So we talk there. We have a thumbnail wall of fame that they're able to visualize, and they know that they're a part of.
That's cool.
Then they go.
Wait, what was that? Go back.
Intentions, and we're just trying to create the best content possible. We want to make sure that you realize that this is a part of the process that you would be getting into. And then they come in person. They have an in-person onboarding session in our green room, which you'll never be welcome to because you'll probably kill us. And I'm doing a little cheeky cheek. So we talk there. We have a thumbnail wall.
There we go. What is this? Why does it look like? Why does it look like mugshot? It might just be like all the guests who've come on that they're doing like a Polaroid with. That's interesting. Wall of Fame. Okay. So, it's just to give them an idea. You had to add that warning because of that guy. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess it's just a double. It's like can't back out. This is your last chance to back out. You are signing up for this.
Wall of Fame that they're able to visualize, and they know that they're a part of. Then they go.
Just heads up, the thumbnails and titles will roast you.
Okay.
Something to be aware of. You said
To be fair, Caleb's thumbnails are out of pocket. Yeah, no, it's definitely leaning into the Caleb Springer thing, which is somewhat necessary to bring people in for the educational part, but sometimes it kind of does go over the top. So, yeah, I understand like the criticism with the thumbnails.
The thumbnail strategy is to make a joke or caricature out of your conversation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a carnival artist.
Okay, fair enough.
After the shoot, we will take a bunch of thumbnail photos. We might ask you for your ideas. And share some of our ideas if we have things that we're like carefully going into with an idea for. But just to take note that we don't know what direction the thumbnails are actually going to take until we sit down as a team.
Okay.
That's that.
Then they go through all these forms, and they understand fully what they're getting into, and everyone's as educated as possible.
I've never hurt anyone, man. God.
I hope not.
Bro, you threatened to eat someone's heart. You can't act like you're an innocent victim. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, you're incredible.
So I just wanted to...
Yeah, it's a marketing thing. Yeah.
To let you know that if you felt hurt from a process before, that every single time we hear something like that,
I don't feel hurt.
We update it to make people...
Else? I'll just shut up.
We update it to make people feel better, so...
Maybe hearts are tasty. I don't know. I think you could eat, like, cow hearts. Part of me wants to try that just for the meme.
I would never want you to get hurt, man. Yeah, legitimately, just like everyone on this show, I want you to do better. I would love to find a way for you to get out of a homeless situation.
Dude, he's not going to listen to anything you say.
Yeah, it's the merch based on you.
I'm glad I gave you that, man.
I know. I am too. Actually, we have a gift. You want it?
Sure. Where you go?
A little can go a long way. Your donation, no matter how big or small, goes far and wide to help.
Oh, I thought it looked cheap, dude. I was not happy with it.
It wasn't.
It just looks too cheap.
Our dirty money merch is done incredible.
I mean, I do agree. I do agree that it looks kind of cheap, the original merch, where it's just like his face. It looks like a Snapchat thing. But yeah. So I'm assuming that that merch is what he at least gets a commission on that, if not all the Taquito stuff.
Well, this merch did terrible.
I mean, like, I don't want.
Yeah, no, it did.
You've had a job
because it looks like shit.
I've had several clients since. Yeah, individual clients.
Doing
okay.
Content marketing like this, like you.
How's that going?
What did you do for them?
I do content marketing.
Oh, wait a minute. You're homeless. So I'm guessing it's not going well.
Right.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
How much
Was that too mean? I hope that's not too mean.
How much were you making in those positions?
It depends on the piece of content.
Okay. And
content.
Are you still doing that today?
Right now, I'm doing it at the moment. Right now.
Awesome. Okay. What are you making right now?
I'm making about $3,000 to $4,000 a month. Between that and
Why are
Uber,
you homeless?
I'm supplementing with Uber, but I'm actually losing
Why are
money
you
on
homeless?
And you were the one who was like, everyone's doing Uber.
Everyone's doing Uber.
Everyone's doing Uber. Roll the clip. If you're an honest man, roll the clip from last show.
Well, I think what you're talking about.
Roll the clip.
2 years
He
ago.
told you to do Uber, and you said you wouldn't do Uber. That's what happened. Are you saying that he told you not to do Uber? Because that's a blatant lie, if that's true.
Honest man, roll the clip.
I will roll any clip.
In Austin, I know Uber Eats drivers who I've personally met and talked to who are raking in like $80,000 a year, and that is not the amount of depreciation in gas they are taking in their cars.
And repairs and insurance.
And repairs.
You have to pay more in insurance when you do
See,
that.
it's him here
crazy.
saying that he won't do Uber.
It becomes a whole thing.
It becomes a whole thing. $80,000 is also a thing.
Yeah.
I've never removed a piase of content.
Everyone does it. You were so
He didn't say
confident
that.
People are making tons of money on Uber Eats. And
Yeah.
I was like, I've already driven
Okay.
on Lyft, and I'm already familiar with the rideshare model,
Oh, sure.
and I know it's not working. It is a good app that tricks people into thinking that they're
What?
turning a profit, but when you look at it on an accounting basis, it's not a profit.
Well, I'll
And
give
I
you
did
the
it
rundown.
Again. I did it again. I did, how many
depends.
hours? 400
I need to see what you're
hours
doing.
over the last 3 months just to prove you wrong. I drove 6,000 miles. I lost money.
Can you prove that?
So here's the thing.
Incredibly.
Do you have
I
the
knew it was
receipts?
gonna
2
happen.
years ago when we filmed.
It wasn't 2 years ago. It was.
Yeah, Uber Eats has gone down in the last few years because food has gone up. Yeah. I do have a friend who drives it, and I do know that they don't like get like a ton of money for it, especially with like I think it's mainly just the
About a year and
tips.
a half ago.
About a year and a half ago when we filmed. Getting out of the pandemic, Uber Eats was actually was making really good money in the Austin.
I'm not sure
in the area.
if it was like that.
Holy cow, we're only like a fourth of the way through this.
Good, 'cause
Holy
I
shit.
did it then too.
Yeah.
But I didn't make money. I did it right after. Remember
Well, I
when
knew a lot of
emailed
people
you?
that were making good money
emailed
in
you,
Austin.
Said, man, I just tried this, and it's not making money. I didn't like make a real big go at it, but I recently made a big go at it just to show you that you're wrong.
Okay, well, I didn't say it with you. I
Okay.
don't know how you went about it. But
Okay.
all I'm saying is today, you're right. It's not as good as it was during those pandemic days.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not profitable
well,
at all.
people are making
Huh?
profits.
No, they're-
Again, I don't know how you did
Oh,
it.
boy. Oh, nobody out there is turning a profit, man.
Doubt.
That's not
Doubt.
correct. But
X to doubt.
Oh, wow.
X.
Wow, there's lawsuits going on right now, man. And it's actually a safety issue.
Brent isn't getting extra tips ever. Yeah, if they. Yeah, I mean, generally you give the tip, I think, before you know who's delivering it. So generally good as long as people are being
It's
generous. I
bad.
don't know.
They want to hear you. Your beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you. I'll sing later.
No. Little talent show.
I will pay to see that.
So, you're
Oh yeah, I would not want to be stuck with a car in a car with that guy. It does sound like he's doing Uber Eats though. I didn't even think about if he's doing regular Uber. I would be scared to get in the car with him, to be honest. Especially if he gets like angry and like drives angry, that would be bad.
making about $3,000 to $4,000 a month right now. Why are you currently homeless?
Well, I've been on the road. I went to Los
so it's like by
Angeles.
choice.
Van life.
Kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, why did you not frame it that way?
And what was that? Fall of last year. I couldn't get up the stairs. Had to move in with my parents, and that was fraught because, well, there's history there.
Sure.
And then I moved out to Los Angeles thinking, I had success out in Los Angeles. But that was so many years ago. Everybody's moved on.
Yeah, when you had your agency, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Of course
was pretty
you went to
successful.
LA.
Why have you, at least according to you, why have you not considered going back into it? Your advertising agency.
Well, I had all the components back then. I mean, I had
What?
designers. I was really on the breakthrough of like
So,
new UX designs, and
so you can't succeed on your own because you don't have the skills you needed to hire other people that had the skills. Maybe I'm just being very ungenerous on this interpretation.
in search engine marketing, I was on the leading edge. You know?
Were you?
But I
Why
was
aren't you
really
willing
on
to
the
go
leading-
into that
leading
again,
edge.
though, if it was so successful?
Yeah.
Everyone's doing
What was
it, and
that?
it's become
Don't show me his mouth. What?
so commoditized that there's no room for the bespoke craft anymore. That's
Mm.
really it. There's content management systems. Everybody's using Squarespace. There's
Okay.
not a lot of room for bespoke responsive design.
Mhm.
Okay,
You
so
can
your
just
stuff is
get your
outdated?
Squarespace for like $10 now, and
It's
just plug it all in. Content marketing is oversaturated. Everyone's doing it. Back
Yeah.
then,
But
nobody
that's what you're
was.
doing.
Oh, this is a different form. Video has a higher ad value.
Now, what were the PayPals coming in? Like, where did that come from?
Oh,
Is that parents again?
So you actually made 2,000.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, okay, that is less than the 3 to 4 you said, but you made $2,000. Like, that is money.
I mean, it's something.
So you're
compared to
writing
before.
content, like blogs on their sites and social posts.
Ghostwriting mostly.
And we know you like to type.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm getting harassed by your fans.
You're the only person that's ever been on our show that has a special folder.
Oh, good.
It goes right.
That's impressive considering the Zeke stuff too, because apparently he would always message them asking to get back on the show.
To the Brent folder.
Yeah,
now,
thank you.
To be clear, I want to just call this out because unfortunately, once you do become large enough, I mean, there's certain things you just can't control. But I do want to call out to the audience, please never reach out to the guests, especially not their family members. We use fake names for guests now. That's been a policy
smart.
these last
Thank
6
goodness.
months.
Yeah.
Well, when
Good
we
job.
filmed with you, your video started putting us on the map. What are we getting? Like 10,000 views per episode. So this is like, this is like a hobby stuff. This is like a career now.
Right.
So but please do not reach out to them.
Oh, totally.
It's now mandatory that people use a fake name, by the way.
Oh, good.
So,
well, I'm glad, Caleb. That makes me actually feel a little bit better.
I mean, we're always happy to make changes to make things better for the guest. And I'm happy to
I mean, he was using a fake name. It wasn't a very good fake name, but he was using a fake name.
Back on here. So, in your spending this last month, or in terms of what came in, again, I told you PayPal then was almost 2,000, and then you did have Uber of about 1,000. Now, what do you think? So $3,118 came in. How much do you think went out spending total?
6,000.
I don't remember looking at the statement. I think it was probably like $200 left.
Pretty close. You had about 100 left.
Yeah.
Okay. He wasn't actually that bad compared to
40
recently.
70, sometimes motels. Sometimes staying in. I've slept in parks before. You know, if it's a nice night out.
Do you want to settle down somewhere? Like where do you want to be? You want to?
Man.
Okay, because you are making enough.
I got robbed in LA, and I actually had to busk my way back. You know what's really funny?
I'm not surprised that you got robbed in LA.
Wallet and cell phone. Then my Bank of America account got hacked.
That is funny.
I go into a Bank of America. I didn't know it worked like this anymore. I mean, if they have the two-factor authentication, they've got you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They've got your phone and your ID and your debit card. They've got you. I went into a Bank of America with no ID. Texas DPS sent me.
Robbed in LA is a Tuesday. Yeah, exactly.
A temporary encrypted driver's license that I had on my laptop. Went into Bank of America with that. Said, I've just been hacked. You know?
Okay.
I need to stop this right now. They could not verify me.
Didn't you say that you had no ID?
I'm the guy. This is my account.
Yeah.
It's like,
but you have no way to prove
everything
it.
about the account. I can give you the details. I have a temporary driver's license from Texas DPS.
Mm-hmm.
I have a police report on file. Here's all of these things. I'm helpless and
The police report coming in handy here. Hey guys, here's my police. Oh wait, no. Okay, that he's the victim of. Okay, sorry, I interpreted that completely wrong.
Bank of America, so I had no way to receive money either.
They got this whole $2.
I asked my dad.
My gosh.
You can't get money wired to you. I busked for gas money.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was incredible, astonishing. I didn't know it worked like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was just, I had no idea it worked like that. I'm glad I made it back to Texas.
I'm glad you made it back too. I'm glad you're safe. I want to focus on today. So we want to settle down. I think we could at least get you in a place for like $1,000. You know, we could get you a studio in Austin, $1,000. All right, listen up. We got a lot of comments on our challenge, and apparently most of you already have $1,000 saved already. Seems like you've been watching Financial Audit. Am I up already? So spots are very limited now. Go to calebhammer.com/challenge if you want to join the party, or click the link in the description below.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at a place tomorrow, actually. I mean,
good.
I already like.
I'm sorry, his parents, but would you be willing to take him in? You already do a lot for this dude, but can you like take him off the streets, maybe?
I already lined up just coming in here,
Now, I
room
wanna-
rentals with creative housemates.
Now, I assume your eating out's still going to be pretty bad because sometimes living on the road tends to go that direction, right?
Fair,
What do you
fair
mean?
enough,
What
I
do you mean?
guess.
Eating out.
Oh, dude, yeah, mostly.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, especially. I mean, I'm eating out while I'm doing Uber Eats. What you're looking at is June. I did how many hours in June on Uber Eats? Let's see, probably
118
Damn.
trips.
no. That's just 1 week. That's just 1 week right there.
You're right. That was just 1 week.
I probably did. I would have to look at it again, but I probably did.
So you made 1,000 that week.
200
Oy.
hours in June. 1,000 in revenue that week over in online drive mode.
Okay.
And that's not even counting like repairs and, just operational things with your vehicle. Like that's online drive mode when you're ready to pick up a Taco Bell and drive it 30 minutes across county lines for $2.
And now, again, I know
sounds
statistically right now, because what I care about is like statistics, median statistics. Right now, it is not as good anymore. One, it's not
Yeah.
getting subsidized by big money anymore as much, so it's harder.
They turned a
Okay.
$1.5 billion profit last year. It's valued at $150 billion. Uber is.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know it's not as good for the drivers as it was
Yeah.
during the pandemic.
It's never been that good for the drivers.
During the
during
pandemic,
the
people
pandemic,
were making money.
The economy
Yeah.
didn't make any sense for a year and a half.
That is true.
I know.
That's the first economic thing that was actually correct that you said.
Good.
Yay!
Thank you for
You
fact-checking
did
me,
something.
You're welcome. Alamo, P. Terry's going inside getting some taquitos.
I will
We know
say,
you like-
from what you get with P. Terry's, you do get pretty good bang for your buck. It's probably not as good as like getting groceries, but considering the situation, P. Terry's is not the worst decision. Also, the burgers are really good and the fries.
like them. And going into Target, getting some bullshit. Taco Bell, getting
People
some
watch this?
taquitos. Yeah, it's actually it's the most popular personal finance podcast across all the internet, and one of the most popular podcasts on all the internet right now.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Wow.
I know.
Amazing.
And you said it's such an easy show last time. You said anyone can do it. Why haven't you done this show yet?
Why haven't I made it?
By the way, there's like 2 or 3 Caleb not impersonators. They're like doing like the same kind of content, but as far as I know, they don't really get nearly the same amount of views. I think I tried watching one once, but it was just kind of just boring. Oh yeah, more than 3? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
A show like this?
Yeah, because you said anyone
Because
could
I'd
do
get
it.
bored in a week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, why make a sustainable career and have a chance at retirement and a good life when you might get bored?
And while you're
Yeah.
smearing people and making them crazy.
Smear, buddy,
What?
I'm allowing you to present
Yeah,
yourself
it's
however you
incredible.
I'm gonna
want to
say that's
present
mental
yourself.
health
I do.
Legend.
When I argue with you,
Yeah.
you say that I'm a.
I know. I know at least. I know of 6 at least because I'm an auto junkie. Fair enough.
violent lunatic. You know.
So you think when you argue with someone
it's
that they're not
insane.
going to argue back?
You have so many. You're like.
I'm
You're
quippy.
like some kind of.
I'm
What?
I
I'm
don't
cheeky.
know. I'm not sure anymore. I'm like,
I like to give them zingers.
I'm not
That's
that
fair enough.
impressed.
Okay, that doesn't mean I dislike you or hate you or want to bring you down. That's not how we do
Yeah.
it. And we have a conversation with every guest about this. Now, of course, when you were doing it, it was a little different. We're making it better and better. But
Yeah.
like we're getting like literally everyone's permission. Like, are we allowed to make inappropriate jokes? We ask that before every episode.
Well,
So
that's good,
it's like I get
I
what
guess.
you're saying, but our intent is not to bring people down. We want to help people. We're zingy, we're witty, we're tough love about it. And not
Yeah.
everyone's gonna relate to
Love, I feel so
and
hot.
not everyone is going to relate to that
Uh,
type of exercise.
incredible.
And if you don't, then don't come on the show. Be an adult
Yeah.
and know what you're applying to like a big
Be an
dog.
adult. Yay!
Okay.
Where is it?
Caleb, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think some people are incapable of actually, because, of course, what we talk here is we get
Thank you so much, Caleb, for having me on. Oh my God, what can I do? Can I suck your dick?
preferably not.
Bro.
Preferably not.
Yeah, we did get one.
I'm
Yeah.
Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
The alarming spike in inflation soaring to its highest level in nearly.
I go for a very different type. But
Okay.
now, when we talk here and I try to expose to people how bad their situation is, and
Wait, which part is the wait? What is it? Is it him offering, him rejecting, or him implying his type?
give them a budget of
Tell me
what
about
to
it like
do.
I've never seen the show.
Oh yeah, offering.
Well, I mean, you're acting like you haven't. I've heard people talk about this show that have only seen a couple episodes, and they're like, I know what this show's
Like
about.
two
Yeah,
looks,
all of
and it's
it.
like this, or and it's like that other.
Am I allowed to say that? Just look at chat. Look at chat. That's great.
Nasty look you got on the thumbnails. It's like, oh, how is it? Do it. You know the one? No, it's like you do something weird with your mouth.
What?
It's like,
Oh,
that one.
Oh,
That's
that
the
one.
classic.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
actually.
we haven't used that
yeah.
in
It's
a while.
actually being overused. It looks so.
No, we haven't used it in a while,
looks
buddy.
really
You
Yeah,
haven't
we haven't used it
watched
in
it
a
in a while.
while.
You what? You wouldn't go for this? Check out the side profile. That's my dating profile next. You wouldn't go for that?
That's good.
All right.
I don't know, man.
Make your own choices.
I'd have to be really.
I imagine Caleb's dating woes are getting harder because he's worth money now. It must be harder to like screen that while he's also like, oh, I need to get a girlfriend. I don't know. You gotta watch out for the gold diggers.
Desperate.
Okay. But what is determined for people to actually improve their life is walk away and put their own actions in. We can't hold your hand.
Yeah.
And people
can't force you to do
someone
it.
like you, Brent with an I. Sorry for doing your name wrong last time. That was my fault. I thought it was Brent. I really did.
I thought I saw it as that.
The entire audience is
And,
like
like,
Brent.
I thought it was like that.
Because
I thought I saw like his writing
the person
credit
just
stuff.
through your language. It's the
I could be
oppression
wrong.
Olympics. You know, the world
Yeah.
is always
I'm
against
so
you.
oppressed.
Yeah,
your
you do
language.
act that way.
Victimized.
Instead of
You do
taking
act
any
that way.
responsibility and
Kicked
putting
ass. I just bust my way across half the nation.
Bro, you never frame it that way.
I just freaking drove Uber Eats for hundreds of hours and 6,000 miles.
Buddy, I will
Okay.
applaud
Prove to
you.
myself
I'll applaud you for
that-
staying alive, but you're in a worse position than you were when you came on the show a year.
Well,
and a
what
half
should
ago.
I have done?
At that time, we talked about how you got a job offer at Whataburger. You could have
Yeah.
started there to help.
And
Am I allowed to answer your question?
Do it.
Am I allowed to answer your question? You're right. And
Oh,
at
yeah.
that time, I did not know
can't
that.
Cook.
Am I
I
allowed
go
to?
crazy standing up for 8 hours. It takes either some kind of pain relief or,
okay.
or something.
Does that explain some of his behavior? Because I was gonna say, like in his original appearance, it seemed like he wasn't exactly. I don't know if it's just his personality or if he just generally doesn't appear sober. But yeah.
It takes something to distract from the actual throbbing in my heel.
Okay.
Okay.
Which, of course, you did not bring up last time, so I did not have the answer to
No,
that.
I usually
Yeah,
don't talk
it's not
about it
his
because I'm not a
fault.
pussy. I don't go around victimizing myself, saying I'm in constant pain.
Okay. You victimize
there's
yourself
no
in
way to
every
win
other
with
way.
you. There's
Sorry, I'm laughing at him saying constant pain, but it's just the way that he said it.
no way to win with you.
Buddy, I'm only going off your
I'm a
own
victim.
words.
I'm a victim. All right,
Oh
let's go
my
with your narrative.
gosh.
I only go off your own words. Now I'm going to answer your question.
Oh, I'm a victim.
Yeah, you're acting like it right now.
You're acting like you're tied up on a train or something. Train track.
Ooh,
Go
ooh.
right in.
Yeah.
I can cry like I did last time.
You did. You almost got up and left.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can cry. There we go. It's coming. I gave you the
You're
5
right.
stages of grief in a tight hour.
All right. Interesting creature.
What is going on?
Oh, okay. So I will attempt to answer your question again. Then we'll continue going through the statement. So what I would have had you do last time, obviously you have found yourself some good remote work with this.
Okay.
On top of that, the tech world is a lot harder than it now than it was then.
Yeah.
But at least
I still
what
have
I would be
friends
looking
looking
for
for
is maybe
jobs.
some remote call center jobs, some remote customer service jobs. These are going to be lower paying jobs.
Imagine him doing customer service. He'd Karen the customers. Substance abuse would explain a lot. No, I really do think that it could be that to some degree.
Don't get me wrong, and they are not going to be the most fun jobs, but they prevent you from standing up.
They won't call me back.
Well,
I've already tried, man. What'd I tell you last time?
Well, you said that you don't.
What'd I tell you
that you
last
feel
time?
overqualified for every job.
I've already
Yeah.
applied.
Mhm.
What'd I tell you last time? I went to a half-price book.
Brent and IT help desk. Oh dear lord, that would be a nightmare. I think I'd rather like have like the scammers from the refund people try to help me with my computer than Brent.
Bookstore.
Yeah.
In person.
Would that work though? Are you able to work there?
I could probably sit down for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at the register, well, you know, theater, you can usually sit down for a
Well,
while.
have you applied for disability?
Oh
I do
yeah.
not qualify.
Oh,
Why is
I
that?
don't have Social Security disability.
okay.
I don't have enough Social Security.
Huh. Interesting. We've been trying to contact you about your car extended warranty. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You know what? I called. Yeah, you don't know a lot about a lot of things. I called.
You got me. Good one. Zinger.
I called Medicaid
Okay.
in Texas.
Okay.
I lost my Medicaid moving to Texas, right?
Interesting.
A lot of people did because Governor Abbott, you know what he did?
The guy that
He
you
didn't
threatened?
expand Medicaid.
He didn't expand Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act dollars.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I lost mine when I moved here.
Mhm.
Right?
So why did you move
I
to
called
Texas?
Medicaid, and you know I'm talking with the rep.
Did you not do like
and she's
research?
like, you should have a kid. You'd qualify. She's just joking, but it's actually true. If I popped out a baby,
Please don't.
Please,
I'd
for the
have
love of God,
Medicaid.
no.
Totally
For the
would.
sake of the child,
Totally would.
the-
And you're saying
this
that I would not be a
hypothetical
good
child.
dad? I totally would be a good dad. Absolutely.
Didn't you
Completely.
in your
Did you just say
fury
that
of
you'd be a-
emails to us? You
Yeah.
adopted a
Huh?
dog and lost it in a couple months. I wouldn't trust you with a human.
No!
Baby.
No! Oh God. I guess good on Pupper for escaping, but what the hell? Oh my gosh. I hope the dog's okay. Doggo. God, imagine a miniature version of him. God help us all.
What happened?
Okay, well
That's
that's
not what
you kind
happened.
of told
The
us.
dog. Oh my God.
Show the email, Caleb.
I'll allow you to tell it.
Show the
This
receipts.
is your platform, dude.
Yeah,
I'm allowing
no,
you to say
poor
whatever the fuck you
puppers.
want.
Adopted a dog from Arlington Animal Shelter, right?
Wait, you couldn't afford the
very
dog. Why would you
friendly.
adopt it?
Very nice dog. Got it into my apartment, and it was completely traumatized. It hid behind the sofa.
I
peeing
don't
itself
blame it for being scared of
for
you.
A day.
Well, actually, okay, let's be fair here. Generally, shelter. Well, if it was just him, though. Because generally they'll like tell you what the dog's conditions are, and it's like, oh, if it's scared of men, they'll probably suggest a woman to adopt it. They probably told you about its trauma. I don't understand here, unless if you were like yelling at it.
And you know, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it some
I would be traumatized to be alone in an apartment with him too.
space
Yeah.
to, you know, acclimate and try to, you know, leave it some food and some water and
Okay.
just give it some space to.
And you were very
Maybe
patient
I'm
with
scary.
it.
Maybe it's just the new environment scary, that kind of thing.
I think you are
And
scary,
it
but
never
okay.
came out. It was just absolutely frozen in fear.
Okay.
And
You know what they say about
days,
about children and animals, that they know judges of that they're really great judges of character. I'm sorry, but it's too easy to make that joke.
it wasn't a month. It was 2 or 3 days. I realized, oh, this dog is just absolutely terrified. There's something going on with it. I took
gave
it
up
back
that
to
soon?
the Arlington Animal Shelter, and
It's good for the dog.
One of the shelter workers there was like, "Oh yeah, she's special. She's special. She just likes me." And when she
They didn't
saw
tell you?
him, she just opened up. You know, just jumped right on him. So happy. Like we actually had to carry her
Rejected.
to my car from the mall, and I thought it was because the asphalt was hot, but it was because she was frozen up in fear.
Mm-hmm.
That's
sounds
totally what it was.
like a very strange
And
situation.
You wanna call me a dick? Okay. I couldn't
didn't
keep
call
that
you a
dog.
dick.
Sorry, man.
I've never said that word once.
Here, I'm a bad
with you.
dad. All right.
Right now.
I can't take care of an abused animal. I'm not that good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
you're
sent
not.
us an
You
email.
can't.
Like you were sending us emails
Yeah,
that
why-
are different than that story. But
Is he just like sending him like trauma dump emails? What's going on?
that's okay. And that's the only reason I'm gonna look like a dick for that, and that's okay. But it is different than the stories you told us via your email.
Yeah.
We were tracking it. We were following along. Trust me. We read them.
Probably because they're entertaining.
I'm Deadpool's roommate. Lying down. I can't see him.
What else?
I want you to do better with your finances, but again,
we're only like halfway
what I would have
through. Holy
suggested
shit!
is, you know, possibly taking those jobs. Now, okay, you're like, okay, I called those jobs, I didn't get it. Now, what I would have then responded with, that isn't a give up. It's a, let's look at your resume. Let's review your resume. Let's see what it's like. Let's look at your interview skills. Let's look at the actual jobs you're applying for. At the time of filming the last episode, you were very adamant about that. You refused to work a job that was kind of underneath you. You felt like you were qualified based on the things that you...
Exactly what I did not say. I said I will gladly accept a job that is that I'm not expecting.
You sounded very sarcastic when you said that.
But there are some jobs I can't do and I'm not very good at. That is what I said. Please play the clip if you have any integrity.
Okay, so every job, no, you haven't actually been applying to every job, have you? You've been applying to jobs that you more want to do, correct?
Well, jobs that I'm qualified for.
Okay,
please, Caleb, please use the clips against me to bury me by my own words.
That feel like are a step down.
Well, yeah, because I feel like I wanna accomplish things.
Okay, so you're picking and choosing, to be very clear. You're not just applying for every job. There are jobs that you probably could have gotten. Well, I guarantee you there's people working McDonald's or retail or a server or something that have misdemeanors or worse.
I applied for half-price books, and you know, I'm a writerly guy.
Okay, so one, and it's a bookstore. They're probably not hiring as much, but one.
Well, they were, and I even followed up with them. I went there, and they were like, "Oh, you're overqualified." They're afraid I'm gonna leave.
No, I know, but that's one place. Yeah, that's one place. That's what I want to make clear, is you are very much picking and choosing.
Honestly, I kind of want him to leave.
I want you to have the job of the dreams, the career.
Like picking and choosing. I feel like the world is picking and choosing for me.
What?
Yeah, but okay.
Okay. Also, the episode is there for anyone to view.
Now, and right now, I'm being.
You okay?
I'm just giving you my reality.
Okay.
This was a very. You can tell that this was a very anticipated episode because, like, the likes are even higher than usual.
By the Daily Mail. Saying I'm not willing to work by you too, and you're continuing to do it, which is interesting.
Okay, but we don't even
because of what you're doing.
Episodes like that. We allow the guests to put on display whoever they are. We're allowing you to do it. You can't blame us for that.
You're not saying what I actually.
But you can't blame us for literally uploading you.
I can blame you for mischaracterizing and not seeing what I
saw.
Fine.
What?
Maybe I misunderstood what you said.
You absolutely did.
But he opened up the door for clarification based on the way that he said it. So, bro, I don't think that you can really blame Caleb for this.
Fine, I will take your word for that right now.
Play the clip.
Play the clip, sure. I will take your word for that.
I've watched that episode about 50 times.
That's not healthy.
Beat.
Okay.
That's not healthy.
Wait.
Well, I do have a little bit of OCD, okay? So, you know, and
50 times. Yikes.
Okay, so you're willing to.
When your followers are actually smearing me and I'm being smeared across.
Actually, now that I think about that, I might have rewatched some videos that I like 50 times just because I use them to sleep.
Europe, the UK, and the United States of America.
Europe is not a nation.
It's, well, loosely. The
what?
Union. Yeah. Okay, we can call it a continent. You know, it's organized in sort of unified.
I was being dumb. Go.
Yeah, 50 times is insane.
Well, again, I am sorry that you went through that. I wouldn't want anyone to get smeared. That's bad.
But he's not.
And, you know, just human to another human. That's really sad, and I'm sorry.
Okay.
And I encourage, please do not smear. You know, even in the comment sections, it's a little hard. People say we don't moderate it. We do. Yeah. You don't see what's moderated. That's why it's not there. We delete things that are like legitimate, like hate and threat for life. But things that are slightly insulting, you know, we relatively leave that up as well. We kind of try to do the free speech while also getting rid of the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. So, but you know, always encourage the guests. They come on here. They're brave enough to be on here, and you're brave enough to be on here. So.
Well, it's because he wants his 15 minutes again.
And also, we across all channels, across just the main channel, we get one comment per 10 seconds, so it's very hard to moderate.
Fair enough. Fair
everything.
enough.
But we do try our best. We do. We're a team of 8, and we try our best.
Okay. All things considered, yeah.
Got something through Apple.
Let me go to
Taco
Terry's
Bell,
again.
Sonic Drive-In, going inside, getting some taquitos. Alamo again. Oh, that looks like you went in and got some taquitos. Went and got some taquitos. Went and got some taquitos. Went and got.
Is Alamo like? Because it's obviously not Alamo Draft House based on that amount. So it's like, is that like a gas station or something? What is that?
Taquitos. Went inside, got some taquitos. Some P. Terry's. Went inside, got some taquitos. Went inside, got some taquitos.
See, P. Terry's not too bad of a value.
Would you be surprised if you went inside and got some taquitos? And Chick-fil-A went inside, got some taquitos.
Chick-fil-A.
Sonic Drive-Through. Uber One.
See, Sonic's more expensive. It's kind of worth it though, because like the drinks, so good. The tots, the burger. Sorry, I'm hungry.
To be paying for Uber One.
UX research.
Huh?
UX
What?
research, Caleb.
What?
Huh?
Consumer side UX research. I spent 250 hours driving Uber Eats, and I'm wondering why I'm not making any money.
Okay.
Signed up for Uber One.
Are you okay? Do you want to take a pause?
People were applauding him for coming on and being honest. I think it's a convenience store, Alamo. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a convenience store. Yeah, I guess I could see that too. I don't know. I didn't see that too much in the comments, but I can believe that they're there.
Just all it is.
No. I'm not gonna sit here. Well, you're just if you're like hurt, buddy. That's nothing to me. If we're not walking away without you having some sense of where to go and make some progress, I'm not gonna sit here and you're just like gonna be sad.
I just don't have any faith that you're gonna give it to me. I don't think I'm gonna learn anything from you.
Well, if you don't walk away with it, that's your fault. But I will at least attempt to provide.
You're not open to it, regardless. Even if she does give you advice.
Some taquitos, Kava, Amazon Prime, Apple Bill. Going inside, getting some taquitos, Taco Bell, Apple Bill. See, I'm just thinking, man. With what we spend on the Airbnbs and the hotel, we could get you a studio here, and then if we're meal prepping for $300 a month, which on our budgeting program, which everyone could take advantage of, by the way, link in the description below. There's a meal prep there, and you can tweak it to your needs, and you can easily stick within $250 to $300.
If he's in his car, or is this assuming like after he already has a place? Because if he's in his car, a lot of like the meal preppy stuff tends to have to be frozen.
$1 a month on a sustainable, healthy meal plan. We could get you to a good place. That just requires sacrifice. And last time, one of the main things we were talking about. Now you say that.
Okay, in a studio, so not in the car. So is it once he already has the place, then he can meal prep? That makes sense. Okay.
Okay, let's say I'm misrepresenting, and you're willing to accept any job. One thing you're talking about when it comes to applying for the jobs is that you're saying you're always overqualified, and that you.
You know what's in your cheap protein powder? Well, here to tell us is all-natural fitness athlete Paul Sklar.
All right, let's see we've...
Wrong?
People tell me I'm overqualified.
Okay. So why don't we reflect the resume? If that is the actual reason, why don't we just reflect the resume and take off some of the qualifications?
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, because you don't have to put everything on there.
Matters. Sure, but what matters more, getting the job or not? Is it the pride?
So it might be the job gap that's more of the problem.
Or is it the job? If that is the actual reason, which I don't 100% believe.
I've faked my resume before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It doesn't really work. Like I went to I had a job interview at a Ross, Dress for Less.
Okay.
Right?
Job interview. Well,
is that where you got your clothes? I mean, this looks like it could be a Ross ensemble.
Ross Dress for Less. I'm going in there with my best spirit, thinking, oh, you know what? I like merchandising. I like clothes and merchandise. I like design. I like selling.
It's his attitude. That's probably the problem, huh? Oh, it's his attitude. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
And they're like, do you have any retail experience? And I was like, yeah, in high school. Fast food experience in high school and in college.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, I'm excited. I'm like, we can. This store, there's opportunity here. I'm going in there with a positive
spirit. You can get more pirate outfits.
And she's like, dude, you're mistaken. This is just a Ross Dress for Less. I'm like, so what? Like we can make things.
But that's buddy, they have to follow a big corporate model. You're trying to walk into a job and
they don't really. It's not that stringent.
Buddy, you're trying to walk
anywhere.
It's like if I hired you for Brandon's position.
No one cares about your degree. Putting a bunch that they didn't ask for and posting is setting yourself up to be glossed over. Yeah.
Man.
I'm surprised he hasn't brought up his degree.
What do you want? No,
he loves
I'm
talking about his
I
degree.
Could not operate there. But
okay, now that
so the interview can't ever go well. Yeah.
This is what I wanted to get
not.
to.
Okay,
we're back to it.
Right.
And this was the conversation.
Let me just put basically no retirement.
That woman, that lady, that college student, she.
Okay.
What an entitled! Come on. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, now I used it. I want to give you free money right now. I
the
with
comedic timing
that will literally give you hundreds of dollars the moment you sign up.
That was what I was getting back.
And get $100 in cash deposited into your Moomoo account. This is the best way to learn what your investing profile looks like and what investing strategies to use based on that. Does it sound like you're about to fight a gym leader? All of this free money is linked in the resources section of the description below, so don't pass up the free money because I'll punch you.
She was like, dude, you're not supposed to care about this job. That was what I was getting back from her.
What?
Like, and that's... I care about my
Who
jobs.
gives it?
Who said that?
You're just trying to pay bills.
Who is this imaginary person?
The way I try to help people navigate the job platform is
if I do that, I lose my $2,000 in content marketing and media.
You
that
can't
I've already
write that
got.
after hours.
Probably not. It takes quite a bit of research.
How many hours a day do you work?
7 to 8, usually when I'm not driving Uber Eats.
Okay.
And then I'm working on my music, and I've busted
I
my music.
forgot about his music. Oh my gosh, his music. I just realized we're in post show era. Is he actually gonna cooperate with that?
Oh, how much are you making on that?
I've made like $150 in an hour busking in downtown.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but how much have you made total on that?
Whenever I do it, I make money.
Do you?
I just can't do it all the time. You can't sing all the time. It's an emotional craft.
But if you're too fragile to sing, then don't sing. It's as easy as that.
His face when he said that.
No offense. I mean, if people are too fragile to go have a kiss with someone, they shouldn't be going out and having kisses with people. Know yourself. Know what's good for you. Know what's not. And be an adult. $2,000 a month. Divide that by 4 days or 4 weeks. Divide that by.
Okay.
Wait a second. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Divide that by 5 days. 100 divided by 7. Okay, so you're making $14 an hour on this content writing. So again, in Austin, I have found across the board the median entry low wage for these type of jobs is about $18 now an hour.
That sounds about right.
So you'd be making more doing that. I don't care if you're working for a college student who doesn't care about her job. You don't get to walk into a place. If I hired someone and they walked in on day 1 and tried to reorganize the company, they would not be there on day 2. How are you surprised on that?
I've done it.
Oh, is that what he did? That makes sense.
You do nothing for a living.
Wouldn't hire him.
So I don't want to hear that.
I've walked in as a consultant and completely redesigned.
And guess what? You're not working as a consultant right now. So that means nothing. If you were successful as a consultant, you would be doing it right now. That means nothing.
If they were paying you to be a consultant, you can consult, but they're not asking you to do that. They're asking you to just check people out.
Successful consultant.
And not like in like a weird way, but in like a shop way.
You would be doing that right now. I hear I have the information.
Like to me, I've been a successful consultant with you.
That's not consulting, buddy. We want to make everyone's experience better.
That's what I'm doing. I've made you a lot of money.
Either way, that perception on jobs, I'm not surprised you don't have a job. If that's how you go into jobs, you can't sit here and say, I bet a successful. I don't have
a job when I've had like 5 jobs.
I'm never able to finish the thought on this one.
Well, it's because you keep getting wrong.
You saying you were successful in things in the past, yet somehow you're not successful in any of it now.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling in it, you know?
You're rolling in a car. Because you don't have a place to live, because you're not holding down a job, because you want to walk into a place and control the place, because you're not willing to work for a college student, because you want to be the boss, because you think you've been more successful in the past about other things, because you think you have a degree in information systems that you deserve to make all this money and control a company and run everything.
That's your narrative.
Based on what you're saying.
That's only based on what you said.
That's your narrative.
You know the narratives that I drive
and
the beliefs I have are only based on what people tell me.
It's going through your demented skull and coming out your mouth.
You have a way with the words. Poetic. Yeah, I can see why you're a good writer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You fueled it with going inside getting some taquitos and some taquitos and Alamo Draft House. You spent money on
that. Can't be Alamo Draft House. It doesn't make sense.
I'd pick a sandwich, and
that is the caring too much. The college student was saying, "Just do your job." Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
You went inside, got some bullshit.
Airbnb, make a sandwich. No.
Yeah, cooler.
No.
Everything I'm saying so much easier than done. I want to address the austerity thing. That's what you brought up at the beginning that I didn't get to address.
Oh yeah.
Because like you're talking like of course again the victim Olympics. So when it comes to that, fun fact: when you don't have any money, you can't afford to live. Yeah, maybe we're cutting back and not having paid for fun. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
well, actually, once people get out of debt and have a fully funded emergency fund, compared to any other finance YouTuber, I give people more percentage of their budget to go spend on fun and living life than anyone else I know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I say cutting back to no paid for fun when there's only a couple $100 left in the budget and we're in 30% debt or taking out payday loans and not able to survive, not able to pay for an emergency. Are you here? Are you open to conversation? You're not even open to...
Yeah, of course he's not. Yes, it is.
You asked for it, so we're going to continue.
But it's fun.
This is a waste of my time, obviously.
It's fun. It's a fun waste of time.
Go inside and get some taquito.
I didn't expect that we'd actually get this one. Car wash! Yes!
Go and get some taquitos, Papa John's taquitos. To Pie Society. The Porchon. What's the Porchon? Looks like a restaurant.
Yeah,
Getting
probably.
some liquor. Don't do that while you're driving.
Ooh. Smoke shop or alcohol spending.
And Apple Bill, Chicken Express, go inside getting some taquitos.
Yeah, we got another one.
Taquitos. Wow, this is an endless amount of money eating out. McDonald's, liquor, going inside getting some taquitos. Going inside getting some taquitos.
Yes, he's not gambling.
Sonic driving, going inside getting some taquitos.
Or is he getting it at the 7-Eleven?
Going inside getting some taquitos. Going inside getting some taquitos. Gaming funds.
What?
Apple Bill, Starbucks.
I don't know what that one was.
Huh?
And there's
Einstein
another one
mobile
on
app?
there. There's another one on there that I don't know. I think it was a
you contacted
job-seeking
the bank?
app. It was I downloaded like a job syncing app, but it was a total piece of crap, and I couldn't work it. I don't remember what it was.
Go inside getting some taquitos.
Did you not just use Indeed?
Talk about
Or
taquitos.
LinkedIn?
Daydreamer. It's expensive.
Huh.
Left House LLC. Iron Bear. Isn't that a bar? And taquitos. Prime Video.
What are you?
Do that.
How are you watching anything?
Alamo Draft House.
Okay, that is Alamo Draft House.
I'm not against people having fun. People misinterpret that all the time. I'm not. You literally just don't have a place.
Chat, can you guess what he watched?
And I care more about you having safety and
Is it just,
security.
did he also have to go and see Deadpool?
Go into a movie theater. Maybe I'm a bad person for that. Maybe I'm a
She's
bully
like an
for
artsy
that.
guy, going
And I
more
will
for like
accept
long
that if
legs
that's
or
the
something.
case.
I did the lunch shift from 11 to 2. Get a $2 movie at Alamo because I have the Alamo VP Pass, which is $20. And I
Borderlands! You went and saw Borderlands? That would be great. No, totally. Oh, maybe. Wait, if he said that that's $2 movies, then maybe he is going to Alamo Draft House all the time. What the hell? How do you go to Alamo Draft House and not get the food or the beer? That's weird.
2 hours of joy that I have in a day watching a movie. And then I go back to drive Taco Bell.
Can you just you know that YouTube has free movies? You have to watch ads, but and I'm not even talking about sailing the high seas type stuff. They have plenty of free movies and not all of them are shit.
30 miles to a mansion.
He gets 2 hours a day. He gets 2 hours of joy a day. Lucky, yeah, totally.
In Williamson County, and to leave it at their door for a $2 tip, and I'm like, I just lost money. This is madness.
Yeah, maybe we're not doing Uber Eats anymore.
Yeah, I'm not. I quit.
I think they also recommend if you're gonna do Uber Eats that you're supposed to kind of target where you're trying to go in order to try to maximize your tips. I think I've heard that before.
Okay. Well, you didn't say that.
Yeah, that was my last month. I did 3 months.
So you'd park in an area and just wait for those orders to come from the rich people, I guess.
Well, again, if everyone lost
Well,
money,
assuming that they're good tippers, or maybe whoever is known for being better tippers, I guess.
2 to 4:30 maybe. That was my only moment of joy.
Okay.
What? Caleb, what are you doing? Yeah, you usually go to upper income areas. You have to be picky with what orders you pick and stuff, but I don't know. Yeah. Because can't you see beforehand with some apps what they're gonna tip you? So that's why generally there's like a waiting time for some of your stuff more than others.
Listen, that's
Every
the
day.
thing is,
like,
and that's what people
what was
say.
Caleb
They immediately
doing?
get upset that I'm like, oh,
Oh, is
Caleb
he
doesn't want
sweating?
them to experience
Okay.
joy. That's not even close to the case. I say if we have a couple years to sacrifice, I want you to have the rest of your life spent for joy. We can have so much more time than 2 hours a day in joy if you're willing to, because you didn't sacrifice over this last year and a half.
Sometimes I have joy when I sing.
You don't care about improving your life.
So
No, I don't. I don't, Caleb. That's what you want me to say. I don't.
No.
Okay.
I want you to be real.
Thank you.
Can I create a budget for you and actually help you?
No.
You take everything I say and you immediately think it's like me
It's an
hating you,
attack.
when I
It's
do
being
not feel
attacked.
that in my
Yeah,
body.
you can't create a budget for me.
Can't.
No, I'm not going to follow it.
Why?
Because you
I don't
won't?
like or trust you.
Okay.
So I'm going to
That's
sabotage
really
myself.
unfortunate because I want to see you do better, and I feel the average guest on this show has paid off $8,000 in 6 months, something like that. I
Nice.
want you to be included in that statistic. I want you to be included in our private Discord for past guests. I want to see you make progress like all of them.
Don't subject the other
why
guests
would you
to
want
this
to live a better
guy.
life when you could just live like forever, like you have for the last year and a half?
Yeah.
Why try to live a better life?
I don't trust you. I don't really
Trust
like you.
me.
I don't trust or like you or your
But there's
friends.
nothing you would have to
So
rely
why
on
would I
my
do
trust
that?
from.
Why would I do that?
There's nothing you would have to
Doesn't make
rely
any
on my
sense.
trust from.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
confused because I'm not holding your hand after this. I mean,
Go
unless
ahead
you
and
reach
wrap it
out.
up.
No, I'm gonna keep talking, dude.
Okay.
Because I want you to live. So allow me to just ask questions.
Okay.
This is where I'd talk about what I liked in my first box. If I hadn't already been using them since the beginning of the year.
What is said is this is a defense mechanism for something I'm not qualified to gauge. I wouldn't be surprised.
We want
What
to
do you
set you
want
up
me
with.
to say?
No. We want to set you up with a plan.
Okay, write it down.
We legitimately want to help you.
Let's do this. Let's just, in a world where...
Oh, Noah's
where
stepping
you
in.
want Caleb's help. You know, what, I mean, okay, sorry, love you, Caleb. Fuck Caleb. What are you going to do with your life? What is your plan? Maybe we take this moment and we say, instead of you're going to follow Caleb's plan and worship Caleb and everything...
I applied for a $20,000 grant from the Long Foundation, which I'm probably going to get. I've met all the musicians that I want on my album. We're going to rehearse and go to studio. I'm doing an album release party, probably looking.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe late fall.
Really?
That's what I'm. That's
Is this
what
what
I'm
this is
doing.
all
I've been playing
about?
so many mics, meeting the musicians that I loved. I met a dude from Diamond Rio who said that was good. I was like, holy shit, a childhood legend.
That's
you
it.
know, like it felt awesome.
Yeah.
The party's in his car.
I believe
Is all of this just to show his music career? Is that what we're here for?
even these songs.
Yeah.
And when I play them, you know,
Can we
it's
hear
not
them,
always
please?
going to be the best performance,
Mm-hmm.
but 80% of the time, like, it's good.
Oh,
It gives me
boy.
chills.
So these are
Yeah.
people you've wanted to work with.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how'd you come up with this album you wanted to do?
These are my favorite 10 songs. I write a lot of songs. You
Yeah.
know, some of
Okay.
them crap. Right?
Fair
But
enough.
I'll just.
I feel like
write-
Caleb's like trying to like soothe the beast by letting him talk about his music.
songs almost like all the time. Just in my head. I'm
Yeah.
always humming something.
Me too.
You know?
Fair enough.
Yeah, you're a music guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are the ones that I've played and have tracked.
The whole album is him singing about his degree. I would pay to listen to that.
And they span a lot of genres, but I think they
I
have
wonder
like
what
some kind of
genre
common thread.
he
in them,
is. Like I'm assuming it's gonna be like some like folk or indie stuff, but I like the image of him just like doing screamo. That'd be funny. I'd love to see him doing screamo about his degree.
because they speak to me. So I don't know.
So what's your plan with this? You think you're gonna get this $20,000 grant,
I hope so.
and then what do you do with this $20,000?
What makes you think that you're gonna get it?
We'll rehearse, put together.
Letting him come out of his shell. And I'd fight the limited edition of the Degree album. Oh god.
Tony Morris said he wants to play. Great guitarist, great drummer too. I mean, he's a multi-instrumentalist.
Okay.
A couple. Tommy Luke was interested.
I'm sure this is going to happen.
I don't want to book musicians for
How are you going to pay for it?
Rehearsal without paying.
Or are they just going to do it out of the kindness of their hearts?
Is 20,000 going to be able to pay for all this?
I think so. I mean, because they're it's really not. We're not really composing anything. It's more like a jam session. These songs are really open. They're beat out in chord progressions, and these guys are talented enough they can riff it, right? So we would only need to like rehearse a couple of times and then hit the studio. I think it would probably be enough.
When's your timeline for this?
I don't know when the grant is. I think it's in a couple months. Their decision.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How competitive is this?
Grant?
It's same wavelength.
The budget's like $2 million.
Yeah.
So how many people
Foundation in the city of Austin
are doing this?
So there's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of money. So and you have to promo the city of Austin.
There's a lot of musicians in Austin.
Materials.
It's live music capital of the world.
I'm doing it. My pitch to them was as an album release party that I would promote in media and you know.
It's like letting nervous nerds talk about tech or trains or dinosaurs or how frogs mate. Yeah, just let me talk about comics. I'll feel better. Unironically, though, that works.
I kind of wanted to make it free too.
Well, don't do that. I need you to make money, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm getting money from the city, so. I don't know.
Come on, no.
I'm gonna sell albums.
No.
When will you know?
I can't remember the decision date.
Will you let us know?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's gonna happen if he gets rejected?
Is this your plan? Is this your
What
hope?
is that gonna look
what
like?
You're aiming for?
That's what I'm aiming for.
What will the
so when it
rage
comes to
be
your
like?
career and the different job things,
Who will he threaten this time?
We're hoping for this one.
Well, I mean, no, I still like digital media.
So digital media. Do you think we could build that out more? You think we could build it out more than 7 hours a day? Because this
He's overqualified, and that's why he got rejected. Yeah.
Paper. This is what excites me about
Back then, when I had my agency, I really had a brand. You know,
Okay.
I had a design wheelhouse. You know, I had designers that I recruited and developed.
Okay.
And learned from. It was a collaborative process.
Sure.
More of the information architect, and you know, some guys are just graphic designers that have a really great sensibility for design and art in general.
Mm-hmm.
I like applying it to the web. And, and user experience, and like understanding the psychology of audiences.
But working 7 hours a day, bringing in 2,000 hours a month, I know that's getting us to about $15 an hour, but I think if we really lean in, we start committing, and you clearly have a passion for this, and people are willing to pay for your talent, do you think we could start maybe inching that towards about $20 an hour, $25 an hour? Start getting that towards 9 hours a day.
If I really repositioned everything back around it, I mean, I would be back at $70 an hour again.
Are you willing to reposition? Or why aren't we?
It consumes your identity.
Okay.
Please welcome President Ronald Reagan, who has a few questions for you.
These are what it does.
I guess he doesn't want to compromise his identity as a guy who lives in his car.
Like, you have to be on LinkedIn selling all the time. You have to be writing
because you're a business
papers.
owner.
You have to, totally. You have to be writing papers and journals. UX magazine all the time. You got to be selling.
Isn't that why you have a team?
A school of thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it really takes. That consumes your entire identity. Suddenly, I'm not an artist. I'm like Suddenly, I'm not a musician. Suddenly, I'm not a journalist. Suddenly, it narrows all these identities of things that I am.
Is there?
It doesn't sound like it narrows it. It sounds like there's a bunch of different aspects to the job where you're kind of doing all those things. So it didn't sound like narrowing at all.
Between where we are now and that, though, are you able to work for a digital media company? Perhaps.
Yeah.
I know.
You don't
I
even
know
have to own
you
it. You
sometimes
can
come into a job and you're a
But then
little
again, who would
excited
hire
sometimes.
him?
And that's okay. That's okay.
Don't talk down to me like
I'm
that.
I'm not, buddy.
You are. I mean, because I have
really
come
trying
into
not to.
jobs. I have come into jobs where they're like, "Wow, what are you doing, and what can we learn from you?" Before
I will say,
know?
Caleb's self-control this episode has been very impressive.
And that's a really great space to be in, because that's a wide open, creative.
That's false. It does not consume your time, or it does consume your time, but it doesn't make you not what you are. Yeah, that's true.
Playing field, right? Where you can make something that's interesting, that stands out, that isn't a commodity, that isn't just what somebody else is doing, right?
Yeah.
And that's what so many people do. There's just like, oh, let's make it like this. I like to make things that haven't been made before.
Okay.
That's what drives me, like as a maker.
Now,
I kind of zoned out during his talk.
With
what
that,
happened?
Though, is are you willing to
I
work
think
for
he's just saying buzzwords again.
A company that specializes in what you're doing as an employee, a content writer? Because I worked at a company before this.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
I've
applied for many. I mean, do you remember I've applied for many of these jobs.
I pay a content writer a lot of money right now, so I know they can make money. And at my last job at a company where we sold trading software.
What are you getting content writing on?
We have a very successful newsletter, and I work with them to just make funny
news
things.
Brief? Like news brief. Here's the latest shows and everything.
No, it's more education in terms of like I like to throw out how to budget
financial
and
guide
stuff.
kind of thing. Yeah, I used to write that kind of thing for law firms.
Okay.
I mean,
hey, you said people without financial certification shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I was going to law school at the time, and I was working for a financial
certification.
I was working for a lawyer. I was ghostwriting for a lawyer.
Yeah.
Ghostwriting for lawyers.
But would you be willing to work for one of these companies? Because I think that could be a really successful career
path. What
path.
have I told you? Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So maybe our focus then over the course of this next month is if I can get you if I can pay for a security deposit down on, like first month's rent for a home, like I'm happy to do that for like a studio. If I do that, and
would that be a waste though? Would he stay?
That allows us to apply for these types of jobs a little better, because it's obviously harder when we're on the road.
Oh yeah.
Is that something?
I can't even figure out this identity theft problem.
Yeah.
You know, it is.
He wants to spend all of his time not making anything instead of spending time supporting himself. Yeah. Wait, has he not? Did he never fix the credit card thing?
I would like.
It's still hitting me.
Have you called the bureaus? I would lock down your credit.
Yeah.
Have you locked your credit?
Yes, but I'm still getting crazy crap.
Do you have debt? As a full-time creator, I can tell you creating engaging videos takes a lot of time and effort. From scripting to editing, the whole process can be a headache. Video generation credits in your first month.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've got that. I've got my car. I've got a couple of loans.
Jeez, we haven't even had a chance to talk about that.
No,
if it's the same car, then it was like 14%.
It's not that bad. It's not terrible.
Did you say it's not that bad? Wow! I didn't expect that.
It's just
that's usually why I dig on people so hard, is because they say it's not that bad. By the way, people always ask why. People like you ask why I go in so hard on people, because people always like act like, oh, it's not that bad, but I need to show people that it really is. You know, that's not an attack against you, Brent. It's not.
Yeah, it's your school of preaching.
It is.
It's only 14%.
And I practice what I preach. I really do. It's how I live my life.
Are we
going
going
to
to actually see the car stuff? Because if it's the same car, then it's like 14%.
So that could actually be a potential plan. That could actually be a potential plan.
Yeah,
we might have this too.
That is my plan. Yeah.
Okay. Can I make a budget for you?
Yeah. What do you think rent-wise?
I think we can get you in a studio for $1,000.
I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about 1,000.
Okay.
Okay.
So if we're looking at a studio for about 1,000.
Or I was thinking a room rental for like 700.
That would be great.
Those are. I'm looking at 2 places tomorrow. Creative houses, musicians, marketing agents, brand people, those kind of things. I mean, really comfortable vibes.
I don't know. I feel like
I like that kind of thing.
If he really is okay, my pet theory is that he might be on something. If he really is on something, I'm not sure. I mean, creatives have like a reputation. It might not necessarily be fair for me to be concerned about that, but I'd be concerned about what he might get into.
Now, of course, you need to be able to vibe with the roommates, and the roommates would need to vibe with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if
Imagine
we can do that,
having
that's
him
great.
as
I'm
your
just going to be
roommate.
conservative right now and say 1,000. Let's just assume
Okay.
the studio. It's better to
Okay.
be a little conservative. Okay, now I'm going to put a couple hundred for utilities, 50 for internet.
Okay.
I'm going to put 200 for driving gas. And honestly, we're going to, in this content
Yeah, it's a studio for 1,000 more stable than room sharing too. Yeah, no, that makes
marketing
sense.
that you're in, we're hopefully working remote. It's going to be a little less gas, but again, we're being conservative here. Food, I can get you $300 a month if you actually meal prep. No more going and getting the taquitos and going out to eat. Why
Okay.
do I do this austerity right now? You think that's all the life is that I talk about? No, I just talk to people in bad debt. It's because I want you
Yeah.
to get to a risk-free position where you don't have this bad debt and homelessness hanging over your head. Once you have a fully funded emergency fund, then I want you to spend 30% of your income on as many taquitos as you want.
Cool.
I am not austerity all day. I am not the UK government. That's not me, buddy. Spend that money. But we get to a place where you're financially healthy first. Okay, TP fund, this is anything you need else to survive. Anything at all. Because when you break down the budgeting, it's
like the toiletries
your
and
own
stuff.
budget. Go through the budgeting program if you want to. And you learn how to build it out and follow it every month. You will decide what goes there. Are there co-pays on a monthly basis, medical, things like that?
Okay.
I don't have health insurance.
That's dangerous. What about the exchanges, though? You should be
But I
able to
thought
get
he
on a
has, like,
program
the-
that wouldn't
the
cost you
ulcer
anything
and
on a monthly
stuff.
basis.
I tried it.
How much does he spend on
The
medical
website
in a
referred
month?
me to Medicaid, and then Medicaid said I didn't qualify, and that was last year. I don't have an address right now, but I would try again. I mean, when
Yeah, try again.
Yeah.
It's when I have an address.
Subscriptions, we're canceling subscriptions. I know people think I'm evil for that. Again, you can't afford a place to live, so I don't think we have subscriptions.
Fair enough.
It's just priorities, right?
I mean, 'cause,
anything else?
I mean, YouTube's free. You just have to deal with ads. So if you, it's I don't think not having subscriptions is that bad, just because there's alternatives that are free. Or like, I don't know if you can get it on your phone, but Pluto's free, and that has like Dateline 24/7. That's some good shit. That's some good shit.
Else you need? Phone bill. What's your phone bill?
77.
Okay. I would switch to a cheaper thing, like Helium,
Why is
where it's like $20 a
Why's
month
the pie chart over there?
for like similar coverage on the same towers. When we're just trying to cut back.
Well, I'm in a deal. I got this because it works well with Uber Eats, and it was
Sure.
less than T-Mobile.
I'm guessing that phone's financed.
Maybe.
Okay.
What happened?
I've lost my
Wait a
calculator,
minute. Is he like? He hasn't talked about the help from his parents that he used to get. Did like those emails to his parents like actually do something, and his parents stopped funding him? Because no talk of his parent support has been discussed. Huh.
I'm going to use my phone.
Johnson, you're fired. Why? It's not you. It's your shirt. But it's Casual Friday. Well, you've taken it.
You don't seem too happy, man. But again, I don't want you
mean-
to have a negative experience. I really don't. You
Yeah.
might think I'm a bad person and evil. I want you to do really well. And I hope I can prove that to you somehow. I really do.
Yeah.
You need 1,000. If we do this, 1,000. Oh, wait. Do you know your debt minimum monthly payments besides the phone?
Probably.
His parents cut him off because of the OnlyFans stuff is the scuttlebutt? Maybe.
300 or 400.
Let's say 4. You need 2,327 hours a month to live, which right now, by the way, you're bringing in. I think which is a little more on this content side, or if we get a full-time job in that content side, or just
Okay.
hourly basis in your working hours, or per content delivered, and we're delivering as much as we can, you can easily do that. You're already showing that you
Okay.
basically can. So that is very manageable. This is the exciting part and the temporary austerity that you think is permanent. Because you kind of misrepresent my position. But that's okay. That's okay. From there, if we can bring in 3,000 hours a month after taxes, that extra $700 that you have, if we start throwing that towards your smallest debt, this is the Dave Ramsey way, the way you hate.
Okay.
But if we start throwing it at that and you pay off that debt and you roll that minimum monthly payment into the next debt and you pay off your debt as quick as you can, the high interest rate debts, anything that's 5% or less, you can leave, pay minimum monthly payments until they're paid off. If you do that, build a 6-month emergency fund. That means anytime a big payment pops up again, you won't be homeless if you get laid off. That means if your car breaks down, you can afford the repair, or you can afford to go get a $10,000 car.
Yep.
This saves you from ending up in a position right now. That's why not having an emergency fund is an emergency.
And we can prove that, because every time that I have that space on here that an emergency fund caused an emergency, it always ends up getting pressed. So it's very, very true that not having an emergency fund is in fact an emergency.
Legitimately is. You don't have to trust me to follow this advice. I don't care if you trust me or don't like me. I want to make sure you are never on the streets again, because you're a human being and no one deserves to live on the streets, okay? But you have responsibilities and you have the ability to do this yourself. I don't think everyone who is poor, as you said, or homeless is there because they chose it. That being said, on your side, you have a lot of choices and decisions that are putting you in the position you are. And I see the path forward where if you decide to take care of your situation, you can be in a better position. However, if you decide that you would rather present this as the middle class will never get ahead, people can never move up to the middle class, inflation, 5% over the last however many years aggregate. All these reasons. That's why I'm being held back. All these reasons. Not my own choices.
Look at his face.
You'll never get ahead.
Back. I was just
look at his face.
Talking about in general, it's a trend.
Well, what's the point? Because we're just talking about you.
Well, I was, I was fine.
Okay.
Were you?
You can do this yourself.
You're living off of your parents.
You can do this yourself. Let's put aside everything else that might be wrong in the world.
Okay.
I care about you. In this conversation, you can do this. Let's stop playing victim and let's achieve this.
Okay.
So I really think you can do this right now, man. So Brent,
you have more faith in him than I do.
That I wanted to do just before we finish this is, we, as we just found out, that last episode, since it was our third most popular episode, it actually made way more money than I thought, because most episodes in AdSense only make like a couple few thousand bucks.
Yeah.
So you were a substantial part in getting this, in just the organic conversation, getting this channel, really pushing it to like the first couple 100,000 subscribers, I think. So, obviously in a tough spot. And I hope you use this right. I hope you use the education that we provide, the different things.
Is he going to give him a share of the revenue?
I'm able to link you with a course careers certificate if you want that as well, for different things. I don't,
I'll be sponsor plugged. I think I have, do I have that one? Please tell me I have that one. Yes.
That's up to you. But one thing I really want to do, and what we're excited to do, we got $4,000 right here. This is all you, buddy. I want you to use this $4,000. I want you to really put that towards maybe a security deposit, down payment, or not a down payment, security deposit, first month's rent, a starter emergency fund, and maybe throwing also some towards the debt so that we can start getting out of debt. Because I really think you could live a good life, and I really want you to as a fellow human being. No matter what you think about me, I want you to be successful. I promise you that.
This is like a PR gold mine.
I'm excited to follow your journey. Now stick around for the post show, everyone.
Today on the
he is doing the post show. Interesting.
I was willing to box. Such a good idea. It's like hitting a man in a wheelchair. Like, stop. He's not in a wheelchair. He can't. Are you in a wheelchair?
Anyway. What was interesting is that I don't know how Caleb thought that I was going to punch him in the face last show.
You were shaking.
Huh?
You were in anger.
Yeah. I mean, but that doesn't result in violence.
Some people it doesn't. I don't know you.
To watch the financial audit post show, click the join button below.
Oh, nothing works on this acne.
Hi. Who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from.
I would actually have to like break into my emergency fund and pay for the membership if it had him singing. I would totally have to go into that. Okay. Let's see how the comments are doing this. Financial audit is kitchen nightmares for personal finance, and it looks like Caleb found his Amy's baking company. Yeah, that's true. I'll start liking these two. You don't even have a business degree. Less than 3 minutes in, and he's still obsessed with the prestige of college degrees. But it's weird he didn't bring up his own. Stop pitching me as a violent criminal and threat. You sent us 40 emails full of threats. Caleb made it at least 50 minutes before calling him a dick that deserves an award. You can just tell he spent the last year obsessing over Caleb and most definitely has a cardboard cutout that he yells out daily. Yeah. You think after getting a federal offense for threats, this guy would have learned his lesson? I don't think it was a federal offense. Was it? But yeah, learning is hard. Yeah, look, I'm not a psychiatrist, but he's displaying the professional victim mentality of someone with narcissistic personality disorder. I wouldn't be surprised. You will never get through to him. Yeah, no, I figured. I appreciate the thoughtfulness with which Caleb approached this, and Caleb is clearly genuinely trying to help this guy, but he'll never think he's wrong, and he'll always think the world is against him. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. I've been keeping an eye on the market, and I can't help but feel uneasy despite all the talk about the U.S. having a bull market. Okay, that's a kind of. Oh well. You got arrested for threatening to kill the governor of Texas. No, I said I'd eat his heart. Ah, yes, because this is the saner thing to say, dude. It's nuts. This is my Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I guess it could have been federal. Yeah, he ended up with like a misdemeanor, but yeah, I guess it could have been federal. But yeah. This was fun. This was very, very fun. Thank you guys for joining me. This was a great chat. You increased the experience to such a degree. Oh, you have an awesome stream. If you want more viewers for your stream, okay, no. It's a bot, probably. Okay. Thank you, bot. I appreciate it. Okay. Viewers on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you can. To my Twitch viewers, thank you for being here. And if you haven't already, I guess follow. I will see you guys next time on Wednesday because I do these live as soon as they come out. And have a good day, everybody.